Hello, guys, and welcome back to Vulcanara Solutions. I'm Edward. I have Nick and Champ with me.
How's it going, guys?
Hey guys.
We're basically going to go through the process of noob, myself, learning how to assemble and operate a 3D printer.
All right, y'all stay tuned.
Okay, it's Edward again, and we're going to get right into this and start
So what'd you get?
unveiling
What do you got here? What do you got?
what we bought.
Right here.
Or what I bought. So I got the Ender 3 Pro, which is probably pretty good for a newbie like myself.
Yeah.
And I also bought some PLA filament. I was advised that 3D Solution is probably one of the better filaments to use for a beginner. So that's where we'll start. And then we'll open up the box and show you what I got from Amazon Prime Day.
So yeah, so 3D Solutech is nice because it's made US, and it's consistency. Consistency is one of the number one things. Every time I ran it, printed every time.
There you go.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, can't open a pair of scissors.
It's okay.
We use big boy scissors around here.
What's funny is that you mentioned like, so this is your first printer, but my first printer was identically the same model, exact to the T. Ender 3 Pro. I didn't get the V2, so this is actually like kind of a bit of deja vu of when I first got mine.
So what made you order the 3V2 instead of the 3 Pro instead of
V2?
Anything else?
The price.
Besides you, but
It was the price.
I
but,
was cheap. I was cheap.
Remember, I did make a challenge earlier in a couple of podcasts that we did that I wanted to do a $300 challenge for making my own version of a Ender cheaper. So I figured if I was going to do that, I need to probably use the product, learn how to use the product, find the shortcomings of the product, and figure out how to make the product better.
How to break it.
That was really the driving force for me, other than the challenge of taking on redesigning something.
Yeah.
That's really what it was for me.
Well,
And plus the price point did help.
Yeah, it's a nice.
you
It's a
can't
control.
you beat that.
It's a nice base
So
level.
now I guess we'll get into the unboxing of this
Start
thing.
with.
Yeah.
And if you've seen any of our other unboxings, well, besides John's, this is probably one of the easier ones, unlike mine, that came out in like 3,000 pieces. So we're not having to play 52 pickup.
Right. And I'll just kind of show you what's in there. Here's the manual. We got a sticker in the back, if people like that kind of thing.
Yeah, somebody's always a sticker heaven.
And then
That's gonna be your build your.
I think that's all one piece. Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
And then we got our screen.
Typical screen.
Pretty standard. Actually, the same screen that the
Ender 5 over here.
Then we have
Which you'll notice that's sitting behind me.
extruded aluminum. This one piece.
It's gonna come out as one.
All right.
Yeah, here, if you can, I'll take this thing out.
And then we got
That works.
our base and our extruder.
There you go.
We'll just lay it on
Yeah,
top
that works. That's fine like that.
Won't scratch
Which is ironically the same extruder that's on my Ender 5.
And let's see, we got our power supply. Oh, and it's neat. It has the 3D printed part and also the button to cut it on and off here. So that's good.
Little safety switch.
Gotcha.
Then we have our feed and axis motors.
Oh yeah, you got your extruders. Yeah, there's your extruder right there. And it is so it is not dual gear.
Is it the plastic extruder?
This is the feed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's plastic. I think on the others that are the Ender 5, it was metal.
Yep.
Let me be very honest right now. Early, I know he's still probably going to put it through its paces, but this was one of the first things that failed on mine.
And at least with his, you won't have to rewire that thing backwards.
Yeah, hopefully the extruder is going to go the right way.
We have another axis motor.
That's probably a Z.
Yep, Z-axis.
We have some accessories and some fittings. We have some.
Oh, that's filament. That's the
the
filament.
Filament.
baby roll of filament.
And we also have our most important thing there. We have our USB for getting our files onto the.
Which is funny. They didn't even give you a half a kilogram of filament like they did with mine.
They didn't give us as
Hold
much.
on. Now this is where the craziness is. Okay. So I've got my printer sitting over here off camera. Okay. So you get that filament on it when you or the Ender V2. This is what you get when you get about a half a kilo.
Yeah, that's about half spool. About half a kilogram, yeah.
Yeah, it's 200 grams.
Oh no, 200 grams. This is not even going to be 200. This is not even
It's
gonna be
200 grams of white filament when you order an Ender 5 Pro. So I hate to say this, but that sounds like they really cheaped out.
Well, and it's probably the same. Actually, the same.
It's the same filament. They just cut the end of it off.
Yeah, and so
all
they
it is.
actually do make their own filament. So they didn't even give you a spool on this. I'm gonna be very honest. I still have this in its original packaging at the bottom of where because I bought filament just like how Ed did here, and just like how Nick did. I bought my own filament with the printer too, so I've never needed to use it. But if I needed to use it, it would be cold pulls, which we'll get more into the details of what a cold pull is and why you would use it. But that's on after you've been printing for a while. That's a little bit more.
It's like we'll also teach Ed how to do a PID auto tune, which me being even the new guy, I got to teach some people who've been 3D printing for a while.
I haven't done that.
Got to teach them how to do an auto tune. So
well, see, the beauty of people who are 3D printing is the hobbyists.
we're all
You're
nerds.
makers, and you want to learn. Like we're nerds, so you want to if you find a way to do this better. All right, well, tell me what you did. Ooh, I don't like that, but I like this part of it, and I'm gonna take yours and make it my own. One thing I did just want to take a second, and we kind of glazed over it. This is probably one of the most important pieces. It's your Z-stop. So that was kind of thrown in with the rest of the stuff. But if this isn't right, your nozzle could go through your bed. Straight past. So if it doesn't know when to stop, it's not going to stop.
Mine, on the other hand, went too far up.
Yeah. Yours was actually built on too. So we just plugged them
bolted in.
Yeah.
When I go to
that's a belt tensioner.
When I go to the rails, the linear rails, like what hopefully we'll do eventually to either John's or we'll do that to Ed somebody down the line. We'll hit some linear rails or what is it, Exo slides now?
I think so.
Yeah, Exo slide is the ones I saw last. The ones out of Europe. Freaking great things.
There are also some fittings and a nozzle, which the nozzle will be replaced.
Yeah. I mean,
Mine was fine for the first 4 prints.
Personally, I don't use the sock that comes on it though. Mine
Yeah,
is
I have to.
But I also have a micro Swiss upgraded. It's all metal hot end.
Yeah,
so
that's the issue.
it's a bit different.
You have to run the socks, which you'll see that on the end of yours.
We'll get
when you do this thing, because for some certain reason, if you don't have an all metal hot end, it does not like keeping temperature for nothing. It just doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So you play with the sock on there. So you got to take it off every time you do a tip change, which is fine. It doesn't take much time. I had to take my entire hot end apart to be able to change mine and put mine back on.
This is not that bad. It does tuck behind the roller here, the brace, but I have a pick and I could just slide it back in.
Yeah, or you just unbolt the entire hot end. That's what I did.
Yeah, or you can bolt this whole front piece. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did. It was easier that way.
Right off. Yeah.
So I always find things easy. I'm an IT guy, so we don't like doing things hard.
So.
But let's continue on this before we ramble on about something.
Because by the time we'll be talking about it, I'll be putting it together over here. Because I'm already chomping at the bit.
So we got a double bracket with our rollers.
Yeah. That's going to be a part of our gantry.
We got a power cord for our power supply.
If you ever build laptops or desktops, you have plenty of those.
It's the same.
We have our adapter for our spool of filament, but this is probably going to be replaced.
Yeah, immediately.
I would say yes. I would think you should.
I still have to rip mine off of mine.
Yep. We have some more extruded aluminum for our to complete our construction.
Those are probably the gantry pieces, and it has inside here. Oh yeah. Inside here is also your screw that is your Z stabilizer. your lead screw for the Z axis is just sitting right there.
Okay. Cool.
And then
all of our accessories, hardware, wire ties, a cleaner for the tip, some. I think it's some additional tips here also. Let's open it up and see.
In that wooden box should be some snippers. There's some
Yep. There's some.
yeah.
the blue stips.
Yeah.
It comes with a pair of snips for adjusting the filament or cutting off bad ends of the filament, or if you have to refill.
If they're metal, if for snipping metal, everybody knows what those are.
I give it 3 months of printing, and you're gonna lose the handles of that thing.
And we got some tools to use, a couple of wrenches, a few Allen wrenches, which we'll use some different Allen wrenches.
There you go.
Hopefully.
We have our belt that we'll use also.
That's your Y or X belt. Yeah, because there's already a belt for.
Which is kind of strange because it wasn't already. I thought they already came all three put together.
And then, like I said, the rest of it is hardware that we'll use for securing wires, fastening members from the extruded aluminum, and then we also have our cleaner for our tip.
Yep.
Should have a couple things in there.
Then we have the all-important scraper. You have to be very careful with before you damage the bed. You know, getting too aggressive with it, and it's pretty stiff. It's not bad.
Yeah, you can't have a good fun time with it. We'll tell you that. Because you'll destroy a bed real quick, especially the bed they put on there.
Yeah, this.
And then the rest of the last piece that we'll use, if we were to keep it stock, we'll make it stock, and then it won't be stock for the filament. Just so that we say we went through the process, but this is not going to stay.
No, I had the champ was nice enough to give me one when we first got mine. So
it's a nice little print that we picked up off of Thingiverse that has a couple bearings that'll help your spool roll. This one's just kind of fundamentally the physics of it it makes sense, but it doesn't spin in a complete circle.
Right.
And we're gonna do the same thing we did with the Ender 5. We're gonna do multiple videos on this of mechanical installation. We're doing the unboxing right now. We'll do a mechanical installation, then we'll do the electrical installation. So follow us on that process.
And then I would just like to show you, this is probably one of the first prints that Champ did, and hopefully my first will be as good as this.
Yeah, my first print ever.
Stay tuned.
So I see that we got everything laid out here.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to bring us pretty much to the end of the unboxing, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's been so long since I've put mine together that this feels like not everything. It feels like I'm missing things. It's like and mine was more do-it-yourself than mine. My gantry was more or less put together already. Like that whole middle bar, like on yours, that whole middle bar that has the hot end on it was already made. I just had to put the outside gantry on and it was done. So this is actually a little bit more work than I did.
So you mean I can turn this into a Chevy?
Yes.
Maybe a Pinto. Just don't hit it in the rear with the.
Which Pinto? Because it was only the late '70 models.
Yeah, the one that got rear-ended and exploded.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we'll see if we get to that route or not. I know when we did mine, it was the entire table full. So we're missing things, but yeah, we'll get there. So stay tuned. Catch us around the bend. We'll have the mechanical assembly for you. We're one step closer to getting Ed printing. So once we get to that, we'll be yeah, exactly. So with that, hey, we thank everybody for tuning into this madness. You'll learn that we don't take things really too serious. We don't have to. Take a look at the podcast, the blog. Ed's doing a really good job on that. We got something else going on now. So Vulcan R3D. Go take a look at that. Champ's kind of spearheading that effort for us. You might see a couple other things pop up here and there, down the road. So, but we'll keep that suspense, up and operational. So we'll see you now. We'll see you next time. Y'all enjoy and keep learning.
Thanks, guys.